Hi, this is Luke from Otherkin, and you're watching Toasted.
Welcome to Amsterdam again.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Yeah, last time we met, that was in Groningen at Eurosonic, freezing our balls off while you guys were completely hungover, and we were actually in a brewery. That was quite a good time, actually.
That was a very fun time. We like playing gigs in breweries.
Hey, EPs were out then, and now you guys have your debut album out. For all those who are not into music or not playing music or not in the music industry, it seems like quite a long time before you guys released the album. How does that work?
Yeah. I guess we just wanted to make sure that it was ready. You know, we put out the EP in, 2015. Or no, sorry, it would have been March 2016, I think.
Exactly.
And then the album came out. It is a long time, actually. I didn't even really think about that. We just wanted to make sure it was ready to go, you know, and perfect and the way we wanted it. So we wrote more songs. We recorded the album in December, and we've had it ready for quite a while. But we just wanted to make sure that when we put it out, there's people to listen to it. Because the worst thing that could have happened was to put it out and for it just to pass by everybody. So we waited a while. We put out some singles so people could kind of get into it. And then we put out the album. So
12 songs made it to the album. How many songs did you write, actually?
Oh, in terms of writing, I think we probably had about maybe between 30 and 40 songs in contention for recording. And then we recorded 16.
Fuck.
Yeah. And then we just chose our favorite 12.
So you had to kill 4 darlings. Where are they now?
Yeah.
Buried and gone?
Buried and gone, yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things. A lot of it's in the editing, like a lot of things in life, you know, you got to make sure that what you put out is a good representation of what you want to put out.
You're not going to issue those as B-sides or like special tracks or stuff for fans.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I haven't listened to them in a while. I'm going to go back and see what's worth salvaging and see if they're suitable for public consumption. But definitely, yeah, if there's a demand for people to hear more songs before we've got the second album out, then we might just do that.
12 tracks. So immediately my mind goes like, vinyl.
Yeah. There you go, yeah. So, we printed it up on vinyl, and it was a big, it was an important consideration for us when it came to, I suppose, producing the album, because we wanted it on, you know, obviously in physical, but to have it in vinyl is an important thing for everyone in the band. And, we called side A, side O, and side B is side K. And we put a few little kind of neat things in.
Sweet.
For the vinyl packaging too, like kind of nice inserts, because you don't really get them anymore. It's annoying when you spend €20 on a vinyl record and you just get the record. So we have a nice little insert with a big fold-out poster and stuff.
Colored vinyl, maybe.
We wanted to, but it was just going to be too expensive.
Maybe, I know, the black and white also suits the artwork, I think.
Yeah, sure. We wanted to do white vinyl initially.
Fuck.
Yeah, which would have been cool. But if the album becomes more popular and we do a deluxe edition, then definitely white vinyl.
The album does pretty good online, though. Streaming services, over 200,000 listens per. I see. You could have said it. Listens. You have views. You have listens. Well, people listened more than 200,000 times to tracks alone, which is pretty good, I think.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, it's 2017. Rock music is probably not the cultural force that it once was, so it's more difficult for bands like us to get listened to. So to see that there are people listening is a nice feeling.
It's interesting you say that, because when I listened to the music, I was like, I mean, I'm an older guy, so I was brought up with listening to the music style that you played. I mean, and actually I thought exactly what you're saying now. And I was like, wow, it's so cool to have a band that produces this music and is still relevant and still attracts a crowd.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we grew up listening to music similar to the music that we make, and it was important for us to make music like that, as opposed to make contemporary sounding music, which is very heavily produced or very synth based, because that's not the kind of music we listen to anyway.
Production is beautiful, though. I mean, way better than the EPs, I must add. And that's not to say that the EPs are badly produced, but this one is very well produced.
Sure, yeah. We recorded with the same person, but because I think it was the album, there was a lot more time and money that we spent on it. When it came to recording our first EP, originally they were demos for a record label, and the record label liked them so much that we put them out, even though in our minds it's like, oh, these are just demos. So I think the production quality is definitely, for the album has gone up a step. And it was important for us that the record sounded the way we wanted it to sound. So we spent a lot of time, on the tones of the guitars or tuning the drums between takes and whatnot.
And it sounds pristine. You hear every detail. Nothing drowns in anything, I think.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of that's are the mixing. We had Jolyon Thomas. He's a mixing engineer in the UK. He's done like Royal Blood, Slaves.
Nice.
The latest U2 album.
No shit.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So he was the man behind the boards, and he really made it sound incredible.
I think this album is better than the last U2 album.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you have to agree on that. I mean, that album sucks, sorry to say. Hey, Come On Hello. I love that track. Of course, it's a hit. Great video as well. Shot on tour. Can you tell me a little about the track?
Yeah, I think that was one of the final songs. It was probably the last song we wrote for the album.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Fuck.
we'd written everything for the album, and we decided that we wanted a few more songs to choose from, especially because we had hit a good point in the writing. We wanted to keep it going, so we went down to a kind of cabin in the woods, like Bon Iver, but in probably the complete opposite to Bon Iver in the sense that we just went crazy, and we just stayed up until like 4 a.m. writing songs. And I remember that song, React and Bad Advice, they came about in the same week pretty much.
Fuck.
Yeah, just from kind of
Wow.
yeah, and that was maybe about a month before we recorded the album, so it worked out pretty well that we left it a bit longer to actually.
So if you're in a flow like this and you write these great songs in such a short period of time, don't you want to expand that time and stay a week longer and even write some more stuff?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think we just gotten to the point where we had as many songs as we wanted, and we probably could have stayed a while longer too, but we felt by that point we had the songs that we needed. And we went down, say, for 4 days was the amount of time we could go down for, because we had to go back to normal life up in Dublin. So I think that was the point where, like, okay, we got the songs that we want, and then we went into studio. Yeah. So I remember "Come On Low" was probably the last song we wrote, and it just came from I think our guitarist Winnie had an idea. He had some chords, and then we just played it together and just wrote everything on it.
It's interesting that you say it started with a guitar, because I think it's very singing minded. I mean, it's very based around the vocals. So I would think like first you have the vocals, then you come up with the guitar, but apparently not.
Yeah, no, and a lot of our songs don't necessarily work that way. I think "React" is probably another example. It was a song where it's just that guitar riff at the start, and then everything just came about as a result of that, and building upon that and kind of tinkering around with it. So, yeah, "Come On Low" wasn't one of those songs.
Hey, interesting album. I think some tracks display some technical stuff. I think that I wouldn't actually look behind you guys when I listen to the EPs. I think "89" is an outstanding song. I mean, there are so many tempo changes in there that, I mean, it shows that you guys are really good players, basically.
Yeah, thank you.
And songsmiths.
Yeah, sure. I think it was important for us to, we wanted to make an album that's very, very cohesive all the way through, and didn't really have any slower songs. We wanted to be that emphatic kind of first debut album, but we were also wary of not having the album sound too samey. So I think "89" was an important song to include because it kind of breaks up the first half of the album. And yeah, it's a bit more, I suppose, technical musically. Yeah. And we also wanted to show that we don't just write, dun, 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 straight ahead. And I think that song did it well. I love the drums on that song in particular. I think it's just really imaginative drum playing.
It instantly wrong foots you in the things that you go like, okay, it starts with like this dragging, almost dare I say a heavy metal kind of riff, and then it explodes.
Exactly, yeah. It just like picks up pace, and then when it comes to the choruses, it slows down again.
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Another song I loved for the opener, "Treat Me So Bad." I think it's also a hit. What I loved about it is not just that it's a good song, but also in the end, you catch your breath.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, that's so original, and I never heard that in any track actually.
Yeah.
Or for any band.
Yeah, I think that just came about because we wanted to reflect the lyrical content in the music, because the lyrics are about being frustrated about someone mistreating you, and the track is similar because it's very like highly strung and very tense, and then for that part it just made sense to kind of really go all out and just like almost pant in frustration before it comes back in again and just like is.
It sounds like it's it's real. Like it's really panting, and you just left it on the tape on purpose because you thought it was good, or did you think of this before you recorded it?
Yeah, I think originally it was meant to be just a stop, just so people would be confused and think, okay, the song's done, and then boom, poo.
Yeah.
But when I went to record the vocal, I just started like because I was like out of breath or whatnot, and we just thought it sounded cool. So
I think it's really good, really, really original, and I was surprised actually that nobody else thought of it before.
yeah. Thank you. It's not easy to do in 2017 with guitars, I suppose.
I think it's impossible, so that says a lot. Hey, I love the videos you guys did. There's a lot of tour videos on your social media. Lots of fun there too. Lots of drinking there too, which is of course fun. But I mean, seeing the schedule that you guys have and the pressure you guys have, aren't you guys afraid that this will kill your career in the long term?
We
I'm not joking either.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, I mean, we like to have a good time. And I suppose it's one of those things when you're in a band and you're in a different city every night, even say if it's a Monday night in Copenhagen, which I think it will be in a few days when we play there, the people who are there, for them, because they paid money for a ticket and they're in a bar, in a venue, it's almost like a Friday or Saturday night to them. And you're surrounded by these people who are on their night out, essentially. And, you're in a room, there's beers there, and you're like, oh, I got to play a show, I might as well get in the mood. So it's definitely a very easy thing to fall into, and that can potentially become quite a serious thing. I think we're very good at looking after each other in the band, and also, moderating our intake in a sense. Last night we took a bit of a night off, and there may be some more of them as we go on. But I think if we ever reach the point where it became damaging to either the music we make or the shows that we put on, then we'd probably have a chat with ourselves, and we've never missed a gig or we've never fucked up at a gig because one of us has been too wasted or too drunk. Cool. So it's important to us that the show comes first before the good times.
Because it's a sliding scale, of course. I mean, did you actually see the Oasis documentary where they finally playing in America? They had this breakthrough gig, in the Whiskey A Go Go in LA, and everybody was so strung out on I don't know what sort of dub meth, except for Noel, I think. That everybody played a different song and they fucked up the whole set.
Yeah. And, subsequently they didn't do very well in America, and that probably had some sort of impact in that. So, we like to have fun, but we're also pros in a way. We're professionals. We don't fuck around if it's going to interfere with the quality of what we do. And I think bands need to be careful because it's probably the easiest industry within which to overindulge yourself with, alcohol, drugs, whatever. So we take care while having fun.
Hey, another track that I loved. Yeah, I know. It reminded me a little of the old Queens of the Stone Age.
Nice, yeah. We love Queens of the Stone Age. Huge influence on as a band, and I think that's something, that kind of sound is something we're definitely keen to explore going on down the line. We want to make it a bit more like, I love the menacing, sort of dangerous. Haunting. Yeah. It's real, like. You kind of feel uneasy listening to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's also got that groove that you can dance to. So, like Queens of Stone Age in a way, they're the masters of that.
Would be a great double bill, though. I mean, you guys doing fuck.
Yeah, I would definitely not turn down the opportunity to play with Queens of Stone Age, and they seem like they're fun guys too. So, if it comes about in the future, hopefully.
You did play with Guns N' Roses, I saw.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
How the fuck was that?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
So that was it's this concert called Slain concert, which is where I'm from.
No way.
Yeah. So
holy shit.
Yeah, I grew up probably about 2 kilometers from the concert site, and I would have went to, pretty much every concert I could have gone to when I was younger. Like, who did I see? I saw Queens of Stone Age there.
U2 probably.
U2, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rolling Stones.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
an amazing venue too.
Incredible venue. Yeah. It's like a kind of amphitheater, sort of, everything faces down onto the stage itself, and I think there were 80,000 people. So, shit. Yeah, it was an incredible day.
Were you guys nervous, of course, when you open for a band like that? And how did you get the gig? Was that like a management deal, or?
It was so the booker of the gig is an Irish company called MCD, and I mean, we'd been playing a lot of shows in Ireland, a lot of festivals, and kind of made a bit of a name for ourselves. And I think they probably just thought these guys have a suitable sound to play with Guns N' Roses, so let's put them on, and that's what happened. And Yeah, it was. I mean, we weren't hugely nervous about it. I don't tend to get nervous before gigs. I tend to get nervous before the gigs if nobody's there. Yeah, they're the ones that I find more difficult.
Really?
But yeah. I mean, there was like 20,000 people, so I was like, okay, I feel fine.
Jesus. Was that the biggest gig you ever played, actually?
We played a festival in France as well, which was around 25,000 people because there was stage A and stage B, and as we were setting up, Beck was playing on the main stage, and he was only about, I say, 50 meters from us, if even. So when he stopped, we put on our siren, and everybody just came over to be like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And that was our first ever gig in France too, so it was incredible. It was like, wow, so many people.
Any other highlights that you recall?
Uh, Highlights of gigs. I mean, we played with Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Did you actually? I mean, it sounds like you're hanging out with these people as well, but of course you don't get a chance to meet all of them because most of the big bands even have their own backstage area.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
did you get to meet any of them actually?
Didn't get to meet. Well, I walked by Chad Smith, the drummer. That was it. I didn't get to speak to them because they, as they say, separate backstage. But we were playing with Fall Out Boy and Cage the Elephant too, and they were basically in our
awesome
area.
guys.
Yeah, really nice guys. Yeah. So we just hung around with them and then tried to catch a glimpse of Chili Peppers when we could.
On the tour now, actually shitloads of dates, man.
Yeah. I think we have something like 40, 45 gigs in the space of a month and a half. So yeah, we're busy guys.
And yeah, and it's not like you stopped touring before this, right? You just basically are on a perpetual tour, it seems.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we put out the album on the 29th of September, went on tour in the UK for like 2 weeks, came back to Ireland for a week and a half, and then here we are again. And we're on the road until December 15th. So, yeah, we are flat out, which is how we like it.
Is it still fun?
Oh, it's definitely so fun, yeah. I love, well, the one thing I really like about this part of the tour is that we get to go to a different country, usually every day. And we're, especially in the second half of the trip, we're going to a lot of places that I've never been to before, which I'm very excited to do because, it's we basically get to be tourists, but also while working, which is a unique enough position to be in, but it's a privilege.
All-time vacation.
All-time vacation, exactly, yeah. So I'm looking forward to well, I like being everywhere. I like being back in Amsterdam. We were in Cologne last night and Brussels the night before, so it's cool to get on the road and see what's going on in places around the world.
This year's almost done. Will there be festivals in Europe next year? And will you go to the States?
Festivals in Europe, probably definitely, yeah. We've nothing announced at the minute, but yeah, the thing, like, we're obviously on tour in all of Europe until the end of the year, so hopefully that will give us more opportunities to come back in the summer and definitely come back to the Netherlands. I'd imagine we'll be playing a few festivals here because we've played good few festivals in the past and they've always been great. We did that Best Rock recently, which was that was a very fun time. And then yeah, we'd love to go to the States. I don't know when it'll be because it's such a cost for us to go over. So we might have to wait until we can find someone willing to pay. But yeah, that's a really big dream for us as a band to get to go over to the US and tour around and see everywhere because it's a very interesting country.
I also think your sound is probably going to be popular there.
Yeah, I think it would do quite well because we have a lot of elements of US garage rock and US punk rock in our sound. So I'd imagine that people there, or a lot of people there, would be interested in what we play.
No doubt.
Yeah. So hopefully we get there before the end of next year.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a
Pleasure
lot.
as always. Yeah. That was very fun. Good interview.